Alrighty, we are live once again. Another little short video. Last week we met our Golden Gophers of Minnesota, and this week what we're going to do is go over our initial prospect board, how I build a prospect board, and also show off our head coach Bob Winuvas. What does he do? And also show off the depth chart a little bit. We'll probably flip through the depth chart rather quickly. But first things first, show off Bob Winuvas. Bob Winuvas started off as a tactician. I did start with the pre-order bonus of points. So I started with 110 points, and with those points, because Bob Winuvas is a defensive-minded coach, he built everything on the defense except for I forgot it first and put a point in quarterback, and then realized I was Bob Winuvas, the defensive guy, so I put everything else into defensive line, linebackers, and secondary, so all of our defense is going to get boosted to various areas of their play. And on offense, we have Greg Harbaugh Jr., who helps us out in recruiting a little bit with quarterbacks and with wide receivers / tight ends. So that's a good starting point, although we do need some O-line. We definitely need a quarterback. He's a talent developer, which will be nice to have if we keep him around. But I believe it's only for quarterbacks and wide receivers. And I believe his motivator is only for quarterbacks and wide receivers as well. Oh, no, he's got the full kit and caboodle. My bad. So you got quarterback, you've got wide receiver, tight end. He's got a little bit in running back, fullback, and in O-line, but it's mainly focused as usual. Tight ends. I'm glad with that. I'm good with that. Defensively, we got double tactician, so that's good. He's really focused mainly on secondary, so our secondary should be pretty legitimate off the cuff. He does have a little bit in special teams and everything else. His strategist is focused around secondary, so any secondary we have that we visit, we want them visiting as soon as possible because he gives us a bonus there, and then he gives us nothing but help there as far as secondary goes. So our boy Danny Collins is focused on cornerbacks, which, you know what? Props to him. I'm good with that. So let's go with our initial recruiting board. Now, usually what I do when I build out a recruiting board, to give you a little method inside the madness from me and me personally, this is what kind of works for me. First thing I do always is I go looking, is anybody, tops on anybody's board. If I am, I would put anybody there, but there's nobody there, so that shortens that search considerably. And generally what I'll do, and actually I need to get back out to go back here. There we go. So it's saying I need a quarterback, so generally what I'll do is I'll go through team needs and essentially search for minimum 2 stars, because especially at rebuild institutions, I don't want any 1-star prospects unless I absolutely have to. 2 stars is still a reach. I scout those guys, but I want minimum 2 stars because I don't want 1 star showing up. And generally what I'll do is I go by position, and I'll start with top 3, and I also start with pipeline because I'd like to at least have a leg in the area where I'm recruiting. That doesn't mean that's where I'll solely recruit, but at least for my initial build board, I try to keep it where I have a pipeline, so that way the student is going to be tied in with me throughout the process. So I'll search that. Nobody in the top 3. Generally what I'll do is I'll kind of increase that until I get a bite. See, like right here. Now these are 2 stars, so I'd like to see if I can get more on the list. So I'm going to go top 8. I've added a 4-star, Nick Portilla. Playing time is his deal breaker as a pocket passer. Okay. All right, and he's in Texas. Okay. I will put him on the board, but I'm going to also go to top 10 here because I'm pretty sure he's going to get eaten up by a lot of folks. Okay. So our prospects here look rather grim for pipeline base, but I have one on the board, and I generally put just a minimum on the board for what I need. So now I'll go halfback. I'll go top 3 first. Nothing there. Go top 5. And it's a little bit more painstaking of a process. And generally speaking, like a guy like this, I'll look at him now. I will say playing style is not one of my favorite deal breakers. It's one of those that's very it's very iffy. Oh, I almost exited out. I don't like playing style, so unless I have to go playing style, I'd rather not. Both of these guys are playing style. Although I will say, it's hard for me to turn down a Minnesota boy, especially when he's top 200 in the country. So I will put him on the board, even though playing style is not one of my favorite deal breakers. We'll see who else targets him, and we'll go from there. Fullback, same thing. Top 3. No. Top 5. No. Top 8. Any? Nope. How about top 10? Okay, so now what I have to do, now I take away the pipeline and we'll go top 5 and see if there's anybody that wants to come to Minnesota that's a fullback. Let's see, top 8. Top 10. All right, so what I'm going to do with this position, because A, it's fullback, and B, I don't typically really go fullback very much. I'm kind of wanting to maybe get Minnesota away from a fullback set. So I'm going to skip it and probably look at it in week 1 or week 0. Wide receivers, proximity to home, that's a good one for me. And he's 4 stars. But I have these 2 guys, proximity to home. I want to get proximity to home, even though he's a 2-star. I will scout guys like this. 2 stars, I typically scout, especially at skill positions, because I want to see what they've got as far as speed. Because if it's too low a speed, I won't take them. But I also don't want to turn away Minnesota boys. That's usually also what I'll do, especially if I have a pipeline interest in a state like where I dominate, like in this case, Minnesota. I would definitely punch in playing style for a 3-star, top 3 though, and he's already in his top 8. I got to take a chance on that. Yeah, I got to take a chance on that. Oh no, top 5. I got to get 4 tackles. So conference prestige, that's an easy one. So I'll take a shot at that. Although being in Georgia, if Georgia or Georgia Tech or anybody like that comes a calling, that's going to be a tough road to hoe. I generally also lean away early from pro potential because it can fluctuate from year to year. And I want to try and build a base of kids that will be here hopefully for the full 4 years. That's my goal. So guys like, currently Conference Prestige is a really good one for us. Playing style, again, not crazy about, but he's a Minnesota boy, so I will take my shot on playing time or playing style. Let's go offensive guard. Let's go top 3. Anybody here? Nope. That's the same problem I had in my test play. Okay. Florida, pro potential. No, I don't want pro potential. And they're 2 stars, so playing style. Oh, jeez. No luck as far as that goes. 10. Okay, playing style, championship contender. That requires us to win games, though. That's a bit of a tall order. But I will take some shots at these guys, even though I'm 10th on their board. And I will go for, do I have anybody who's not playing style or pro potential? Those are my options. Jesus. Okay. Can I go any? Let's go to Minnesota specific now. Because when all else fails, we want homegrown boys where we can. So Minnesota, any interest, guard. Okay, he's locked us out. Playing style, of course. There's only 1 guard in the entire state of Minnesota. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Okay, so let's go. So this is going to be another position where I'm probably going to have to look post week 0 at something because I don't want to go too crazy. But I will go ahead and drop the pipeline and see if there's any top 5s floating around outside of my pipeline. Top 8. There's a couple here. Hawaii. Brand exposure, pro potential, playing style. I do wish you could sort by deal breaker. That would be nice if you could sort by deal breaker. I will throw you on the board, but I'm not really crazy about it. Well-rounded conference prestige, 2-star. Okay, so now we're going to go to defensive tackle. Pipeline, let's go top 3. Pro potential, pro potential. Jesus. This is a tough draw. Playing style. Oh boy, playing style? I am top 5. It's Florida though. Playing style out of Illinois. I feel better about that one. I'll take a shot at that one. He's the 86th ranked player in the country though. I'll put him on the board, but I'm almost guaranteed he's going to get so much attention that I'm just going to drop him week going into week 0. But I will at least do due diligence here and try for guys. This is an initial board anyway. This board will be probably fluctuating pretty good as we go along. Come on, we got to have some linebackers. I need 4 of them. None in the top 8. Good, jeez. Oh boy. Okay. Do we have anybody top 5 anywhere in the country? No. Oh boy. No. Oh, I'm not dropping to a 1-star linebacker. Okay, let me look top 5. Okay, no. Let's just go top 10. Do I get any? Nothing? Do I just have a bad search? Golly, that guy, that's rough. All right. Oh, hold on. There's got to be something up. Okay. So let's go ahead and with the stuff we have on board right now, let's go ahead and we're going to scout. Okay, quarterbacks I can scout. So I'm going to scout him because I'll get him in 3. 89 throw power is not too bad. He's not a gem, but he's going to be better than what I got. I almost guarantee it. All right. Running back, it's going to be 20% of the time, so let's wait on that. Let's offer him a scholarship, though. Because he's 4-star, he's got to have some talent, right? So I'm going to go ahead and offer... Oh, no, I'm not going to offer everybody a scholarship. I'm going to offer all my 3-star and aboves a scholarship. Go ahead and lock them in. Okay. I'm going to also offer the 2-star guard. I don't mind doing it for guards. Skill positions, though, I want to scout on 2 stars. And that includes cornerback on the other side and safety. So before I get you, I'm going to scout. 84 speed as a speedster. Okay. 85 speed as a gadget, 5'8" receiver. I'm going to put some scholarships on you guys, but if I can find better in week 0 land, I'll drop you guys like a bad habit. All right, no outside linebackers. Did we find any mics? Let me try outside linebackers again. There's got to be. It had to have been some kind of thing where I had something messed up. Anybody? Okay, see, that's better. Now these are all. Oh, okay. Can we? It's not going to have any, are we? Okay. So any... I mean, the 4th linebacker in the country is open to us, but we're not on his board anywhere. You know what? There's not a lot of interest out there. You know what? Take a shot. Usually that's another thing I'll look at, like especially like on players like this and Debbie. Like, if the bar is, in LSU's case, it's about half full, and playing time is his deal breaker, well, I've got 4 openings next year, so you're bound to be able to play at some point. See, like this, I'm nowhere on the board. Like, if I were in top 10, I'd consider this maybe, but being nowhere on the board, like even, I'm not too worried about because LSU's barely half. So I maybe can get top 10 on the board offering a scholarship, maybe, or at the very least week 0, throw some points at him if I'm still able to, and get him in and potentially get him in here. So there's another half guy. Although y'all all ain't gonna be able to play. We kind of need some, Okay, here we go. Conference prestige. About half. Caleb McDonald. Sure, we'll take some shots here. And this is all pipeline based, so I'm not exactly hurting here. See, like these guys that are near pinging top 8, there's no point in jumping in on them because if I jump in on them, not being in top 10, all I'm going to do is just come back next week and they'll have locked me out. So I'm not really focusing on that too much. Now, 3 stars especially, like you look at Clearwater, Florida, and he's got max schools in here. Playing time A-. You be able to play for me. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my list. Mike. Let's go top 5 Mikes. Nothing? Okay, let's just jump to top 10. I'm trying to make this a shorter video, but this is getting ugly now. Okay. All right, what we got? Conference Prestige? No. Coach Prestige, another one I don't want to touch right now. Playing time. Florida's a 3-star pipeline. He's a little small guy for a Mike. Championship contender, but again, I'm not on the board for him. And 4 stars are going to pack up quick. Playing time, a thumper. I like the schools I'd be competing with. I'll take that. Playing style, I don't want to touch playing style. Conference Prestige, I'll touch all day. And considering Duke. Okay, so I can make some deductions from this. I need to look at my school grades for this kid, for DeJuan Monty, because I'm pretty sure that academic prestige is in his top 3 deal breakers. Conference prestige is number 1, but with Duke and Vanderbilt on the board and Rutgers, those are pretty prestigious universities for academics. Where's my academics rank? I'm a B. That's not bad. I could do that. I got to search for him again, though. Let's go middle linebacker. Oh, let's go middle linebacker 2. Kenny. Let's go 1 pipeline. And let's put DeJuan Monty. The 666 player. The Devils player. Conference prestige. He's about to ping top 8. He's about to ping top 8. Top 8 ping. Top 8 ping. Okay, this is a guy. Playing style. No, don't want to touch playing style. Playing time. I could do this one. Let's go Ezekiel Gainwell. Okay. Now, corners we have an inherent advantage on. I kind of maybe want to look at more than one corner, too. So let's start with top 5, and let's see what we got here. Pro potential. As you can see, my pro potential is lowered to a C for this kid. I have a B+, and I only need a C, not a C+. Proximity to home, oh yeah. We got to go for this kid and this kid. I'm going to put both of them on the board, and I'm just going to do those 2 for right now. And we'll search, and safety will have another advantage there because cornerback and safety are both the same thing as far as the secondary is concerned. Come on. None? Come on, we got to have somebody, right? Come on now. Any, okay? We got this guy, Coach Prestige, Conference Prestige. I can do Conference Prestige. Florida's the only other guy in there that's scary. Wake Forest, kind of. But strong safety is a place I'm going to scout for sure. D-, this guy's going to be in the low 60s coming in. Playing style. Playing time. I like hybrids. I'll give you a shot. I need to scout you first, though. So let's scout you first. I'll take that. 87 speed on a 2-star is not terrible at all. 87 speed on 3 stars is not as good. Now, I usually don't scout 4 stars because I assume they're good, but I will scout this guy. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I should have just offered him the scholarship anyway. Because I know I'm going to go try and get him anyway. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I've already got a guy I'm already snake bit on the guy. Is that a playing time guy? That's got to be a playing time guy. Yeah, I'm going to drop him. So I'm going to have to go looking for another linebacker already. Okay. All right, prospect list. Let's go looking for a linebacker, boys and girls. All right. to any. Oh, yeah, we'll do pipeline still. Alright. Okay, I'm not going to go for much more playing time, guys. Could do brand exposure. I mean, brand exposure is not bad for me. But again, these guys, I'm not high on their board. I'm not anywhere on their board, and there's already a lot of challenge for top 8 status, so yeah, that was not great. That was not great. No. I don't want to dive into 2 stars. Sure, we'll go 2-star here. Trying to get some differentiating things. Okay, let me look at you first, though. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Okay, 76 speed isn't great, but 87 acceleration isn't terrible. I can live with that. And he's a thumper. Yeah, I can live with that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start scouting some of these other guys, and I'm going to actually scout them out now. 83 speed, but backfield threat. Ugh. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. So I'm gonna scout what I can because I want to see if I got any busts, especially on 4 and 5-star guys. I want to try and scout them because if they're busts, it makes it easier for me to let them go if they get, jumped on by everybody. And I'm going with a small board to start. For me, 26 is a small board for me. Let's look at these 4-star linebackers. It's taking me 5 spots because I don't have a good scouting department. So, how about you? Are you good? Do I have any gems on the board? So far, I hit 1. I hadn't hit a bus yet either, which is good. But I mean, usually I would like to at least hit 1 guy. There we go. Okay, so that's somebody I want to target. All right, 30 points left. Let's go ahead and get you Imari Urban. Let's get you up a little bit, and that's going to be our points. Everybody's got a scholarship, I hope, because I'm out of points. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to advance to week 0. And we're going to take a look at our initial board. And this is, again, where you have to make a little bit of decisions. So this guy's hit his top 8 schools. Hopefully I'm still in it. Not really worried about this right now. I'm not concerned with this as much. And we're going to do our bye-week recruiting here. So now we're going to look, have we dropped off of anybody's board? Are we dead in the water on anybody? No. That's a good thing. So now, generally what I do here is the first concerns I need to have are, who do I want to fight for? Well, right now, this guy right here is pretty solid. He'd probably start for me right out the cuff. I've got OSU, Texas Tech, Missouri, and Illinois. And I don't know who's offered any sort of points yet. Usually I will hold and not do any points getting week 0, because this early jump is just simply from offering scholarships. I don't know if anybody's actually going to do anything other than offer a scholarship right now. But considering how bad I need a quarterback that's worth a damn, I'm going to go ahead and do something I don't normally do week 0, and I'm going to go ahead and throw 50 points on Nick Fortia. Now, everybody else, I'm just going to flip through. Actually, I can flip through like this. This kid's got, he's got a full 8 scholarships offered. Jesus. Okay. I'm the only one on Larry Beckham. That's probably going to be a safe bet. I'm the only one on Flanagan. That's what I get for going after Minnesota boys. So me and Central Michigan are after that one. I could beat Central Michigan if I have to. Me and Duke are after this one. I'm looking to see, especially on guys that I was nowhere near the board, did I move up any? I did not. And all right, so like this kid, Deontay Shaw, I'm going to drop out of this kid. He's got 8 things on the board right now. He's got 8 out of 9 scholarships available. I'm nowhere near this board. I'm not getting this kid because if you look, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Texas, and LSU, who didn't offer a scholarship, but those the three schools I just mentioned, the top three, are all platinum tier. I have a silver tier. I'm tier 2, they're tier 5. I'm not catching that coach. I'm okay with that. I'm not catching that coach. I'm going to drop out of this because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do after this. Byron Devy, another guy. So I'm nowhere on this board. There are 5 scholarships ahead of me. He's silver for me at tier 2. LSU's in there with a platinum tier. And you got Texas Tech and Oklahoma State with tier 4 pipelines. At best, if I jumped into this and threw 50 points at him, I might get into the top 8. And if LSU is fighting for this kid, or Texas Tech, or Oklahoma State, I'm not going to win him in the long run if they put any points into him. I'm going to go on the assumption that they are putting points into him, and I'm going to drop out of this race. Now, this does mean I'm probably going to drop out of a lot of contests here. Now, this one I am going to stick in on because I got Duke, I got Louisville, and I got Michigan State. The best here is going to be a 3-star pipeline, which is Michigan State. I'm not on the board yet, but I'm going to go ahead and invest because I want to try and get on the board because I think I can beat Duke, I think I can beat Louisville, and I think I can beat Michigan State. So it's Florida State and Michigan are the only 2 schools on this kid. You know what? I will try for a week. I'll throw my hat in the ring on this kid. Now, I want to save some points. Okay, I'm nowhere on this kid, but the only one that is UTSA. I'm nowhere on this kid. Nobody is. Nowhere on this board. Nobody is. Okay, so for these, I'm going to treat this like I would a kid that I'm about to look at here in a minute. I'm going to throw 20. Oh, especially on this kid because he's a gem. I want him. What about this kid? Okay, we're 4th on this board. We're in a good spot. I think I'm not going to put any points yet, and I know that you're probably like, why aren't you putting points? Look at all the competition. I want to see who's actually competing because right now I'm in 4th place. I'm not going to lose much ground enough to get out of this, to get cut off. I don't think I'm going to fall 5 spots in a week, especially early. Okay, so my thought process is I'm in 4th, even if I drop to like 6th or 7th this week coming up. If the kid ends up being invested a lot in, I drop out. If he's not, like if there's very few little interest as far as points look like they're being spent, then I can jump in on this kid. And because I have some ties as far as cornerbacks with my coordinator, I think I could jump in. So I'm not going to put any points on him. Now this kid, I'm 4th. He really wants to go to LSU. This is going to be one of those that I'm going to wait a week and probably drop out because there's a lot of pipelines here that beat my pipeline. Here, USF has a pipeline that's better, but not by much. I think I compete 3-on-4. USF conference prestige is their number 1. I think I can compete with that. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put 25 points to try and get this kid's top 8. And then here, we got some Lobies. I'll throw 25 points on this kid as well. And I'll throw 25 points on this kid. So that leaves me with 325 points, and I do have to look at some spots and some holes. So this is what I start doing now. Let's go and find teams or players that are getting no love. So the first thing we're going to do is we do need a fullback, and generally at this point, I go 3 stars. I don't do a pipeline. I don't do any interest, but I do change recruiting stage to open. And what I do is once I pull this up, now this is for fullback, so I'll generally sort this way by offers. And essentially, I want to look for a kid that I think I can go get that would want to come here. So like George Kalambayi, decently low as far as, 3/4 full, but nobody's offering him a scholarship. Granted, he is a fullback, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to offer him a scholarship. And generally what I do with these kids that I'll throw 25 points on, get a feel for them. I generally also don't scout guys at this point unless I have points to burn. So we'll see where I'm at, and we'll go from there. But this is the last week I typically will do any sort of scouting unless I have points to burn. Because usually I don't have 600 hours a week. I usually have 300 or 400. And so I have to be more judicious with point usage. But right now with 600 hours, I can be a little more free-flowing with stuff. But we'll see what happens. Let's go prospect list. So we need outside linebacker. So we're going to go outside linebacker just like we did before. We're going to go 3 stars minimum, open recruiting stage. And we're just looking for anybody that has escaped the eyes of everybody. Especially if we have a pipeline. Like this kid right here in Florida, championship contenders a B-, need a C-. I'll take my chances with Athia Quinty, especially with the 3-star pipeline. I need one more playing time, B, need a C-. Coach Prestige, I'll stay away from that one. I'll go for this kid because I generally also try to get the best one available. Oh, wait, I got this kid. Coach Prestige. Playing time. Nobody went after this kid? See? There you go. Dontrell Proctor, 4-star. Nobody's on him. Now, he might be a bust 4-star, but at this point, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to throw him a scholarship, and I'm going to throw him 25 points. And on 4-star guys, especially because it's harder to get on their board, I throw the full house 50. Because it's hard to get on a board when you're not there, especially if you look, Georgia's right there. If Georgia even sneezes at this kid, I'm dead in the water. So I have to get in there as quickly as possible to get in that top 8. So I've got to throw 50 and hope for the best here. I'm not going to scout him because I don't want to be disappointed. So at this point now, I could scout some of the guys that I already have on my board and see if they're worth keeping on the board. Like this guy, for example. Is he worth keeping on the board? Awareness 52. That's not bad run block power. No, he's not bad. No, I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. Okay. So now what I want to do is, now I think about, okay, where do I want better players? And I'm always, personally speaking, I'm always looking at a couple of different positions. The first place that I know I want to target, because I have some players I want to shift in the offseason from edge to D tackle, is I'm going edge. I want pass rush. I'm going 3 stars open, just like I've been doing. Now, I may not have as much points to offer kids, like 25 hours a week. We'll see what happens. But like proximity to home, not as crazy about that one. And if it were closer, maybe. Championship contender. I could do championship contender. Okay. Brand exposure. I could do brand exposure as well. Athlete playing time. Well, you might have some playing time next year because I'll be moving guys. Chauncey Jewell, I'll give you a shot. Conference prestige. Yeah, we'll take that. So that's 3 players I've just added to the board. Let's go back and go ahead and put some scholarships on them. I'm not going to scout them. I'm just going to put scholarships and put 25 points on them to go ahead and get them to a point where hopefully I might be able to get them on my top, at least in the top 10, top 8, hopefully, but top 10 minimum. So, okay, so there we go. And prospect list, let's see. I can maybe go 2 more players. I generally, my board will go from like 35 to like usually about 25 by the time I'm said and done. Because between trimming guys off and getting rid of guys, it's usually a pretty free-flowing experience. I need a lot of defense, though. And I think what I'm going to do is the other position I like to go after, and it works well with my coordinator, is I love to go after cornerbacks because I love having cornerbacks. So I'm going to look at cornerbacks and see, well, look at this guy right here. Boom. And he's interested in me playing style. Crap. I will take a shot because if I can get on his board, even if I drop below his playing style, I'm going to go with 50 points at him. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here with these last 15, and we're going to find a team or, 15 points. Okay, I'm first on him, or I'm only one on him. Okay, I got a 3-tier pipeline there. I'm okay, I feel like. Okay, Michigan's probably going to get this kid. I can fight. I'll fight Duke. Here we go. So I'll go after a I'll even fight, and I'll put some points there to try and see if I can push up my board on chance B. But that's the last of my points for this week. And since we don't have a game to play, we're going to go ahead and advance the next week. We'll take a look at recruiting one more time, And that will be the end of this video. And then next week, there'll actually be gameplay because I'll be playing against, I believe, the University of Buffalo. So you can see we haven't been blacked out on anybody yet. That's always good. And this hasn't changed much, I don't think, if at all, because no games. Okay, so we play Buffalo. That'll be a separate video where I'll do some gameplay. But we'll look at recruiting one more time because we have 85 points to burn. You can see we jumped to first place on Nick Portilla. You can see, though, now we got an idea of what we're fighting. So here, you can see we're going to be fighting 4 schools. Illinois is there, but they're not putting points on this kid. I've got the full 50, and it looks like everybody else has the full 50 as well. I currently have first place, but it's not by much. So what I'm going to have to do is find this kid's, once we get to top 5, it'll be a little easier. But playing time is number 1. I need to find out some other stuff. We've got to hard sell him if we can. We move up to second, but Iowa State has put points on this kid. So now we got to look and go, okay, do we want to put points on a 4-star that's 83 speed as a backfield threat? So this is a kid that's going to be a receiving threat out of the backfield. No gym, so he could be normal dev. His catch is 76, which is not bad. It could be an idea to move to tight end as well. 6'1", 208, I could move him to tight end, potentially. And that would be good speed for a tight end. So I think I'm not going to put points yet because I need to look and see what else I've got to deal with because I got to pick my battles here. So like right here, I've fallen to 5th. Wisconsin's got points in on this kid. Iowa State's got points on this kid. This kid is 93 speed. I probably need to get in on this while the kid's good. I'm going to try and stay in the race. And generally what I do when I'm going through this list, I got to get to the right spot. If I'm the only team and I'm in first place, I don't put any points because the thing is if you're in first place at the end and nobody's offered a scholarship and nobody's beat you out for him, you win that prospect by default. And I'm going to get points every week because he's a 3-tier pipeline. That's why I look for pipeline players first. And Flanagan, same thing. Are they great players? No. I'm not going to say they're great players. But they'll be good depth pieces that will be around for 4 years. That's what I'm looking for, is guys that will be around for 4 years. So Central Michigan has put in on this player. So this is another player I probably need to look at going all in on at some point. I'm going to throw 25 points and see if I can compete with Central Michigan. I know I can. I'm in second place, so I'm not really worried about it. I can probably beat Central Michigan if I put some oomph into it. So that's a good play. Okay, so me and Duke are neck and neck. Okay. So no points here, but there's 3 teams competing. I'm not that far off, and I'm okay for a week staying right here. I'm okay staying in top 3. I'm the only one offer on this kid. I'm going to stick with that for a little while because I'll grow. I'm number 1 on this kid. Okay, Northern Illinois has got a beat on me, but I can get in on this race. If there's only 1 or 2 competing with them and they're smaller schools, I don't mind. But, like, this is a scarier one because there's a 4- and a 5-star pipeline. One of them's Alabama, and Alabama has put points in. We're in 4th, so I'm okay if I sit a while, but I can't sit long. Let's see. Have we gone up? We've gone up to 4th place on McDonald, and we're the only one throwing big points out. That's good. We're going to move up the board very quickly. We're going to move ahead of Michigan State next week, and we'll probably get into 2nd place potentially, maybe even 1st. But we'll get into at least 2nd place next week. We can fight Duke. Okay, Michigan's going whole hog on this kid. They just flipped in the top 8. We'll see what happens next week, but this kid might be off our board, unfortunately. He's a good player. Kids jump yet. Not here, not here. We fall into 6, which I predicted. We don't have points currently to throw at this kid either. That's the scary part. And this kid's about to go top 5, so I have to get points somewhere or else risk losing him. So let's see where we can pull points from. Okay, so see how I'm first place on this kid right now? We're pulling the points. These are points I can use elsewhere. I just put points on this kid. Okay, we're in the 8th spot. That's perfect. That's perfect for us because if we can jump up a little higher and we can ping this kid in the top 5, we'll be in good shape. I got to leave points here because except for this kid, I am first place on his board with 50 points. So I'm going to take 50, not all the 50. I'm going to give him 25 back. And what I want to do is we're going to take this Zobe kid and we're going to throw a full 50 at him. And then we're going to go, let's see, what's this one? We're going to throw 10 points that we have left over at this kid. That's going to be our recruiting for this week. We're going to monitor this week in and week out. So before every game that isn't the next game, because you're seeing it now, I'll do recruiting before I do my gameplay, so you can keep up with recruiting. But next episode, we'll be playing Buffalo. Be our first home game, be our first game, be our first test with Minnesota. We'll see how they play on the field. We'll see how the freshman goes. Oh, there's one thing I didn't show you before I head out, the depth chart. I'm probably going to breeze through it rather quickly, but we're going to be starting the kid, Drake Lindsay, the redshirt freshman, is going to be starting. Dylan Whitkey's going to be the backup, so we'll have a little bit of speed on the bench. We're going to have Darius Taylor, and then A.J. Turner is going to be the number 2 guy, but they'll be sharing carries quite a lot. I like to run a lot of my backs. Cam Davis is going to get some touches as well, even though he's starting on the depth chart. Let's show wide receivers. Javon Tracy, Malachi Coleman, Logan Loya. Surpriser here maybe. Kendrick Lanier II is going to be the 4-man spot because I feel like, considering I have 2 seniors behind him, even though the senior's a little bit faster and a little bit more talented, I kind of want to get this kid some touches because he is impact dev. I want to see if I can get him going. Get him some skill points. Nothing much here of surprise except maybe that Gears, because he's the senior, is going to be starting behind Julian Johnson, who's got the speed. So I'm trying to get, again, impact players, trying to get them some impact quickly, because EA is EA, right tackle playing left tackle. So I didn't change that. We got Greg Johnson playing at left guard. We've got Beers at center. All these, I believe, at least the guard and the center, are impact dev. Was too big of a deal for me to change this around. I still want to play a senior here because he's got the skills, which is what I'm more interested in. Unfortunately, Jerome Williams doesn't have skills, even though he does have impact development, but he is the backup. And then I got Nkele, and I got Roy, who's a star dev freshman redshirt. That's a nice player to have. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision. I'm going to go ahead and play Roy or Wah at the right tackle spot. We got this stud, Anthony Smith. I sincerely hope he builds up and actually goes pro next year. Star dev. Chance of walking out on us because of pro potential. But if he doesn't and he stays for his senior year and we keep him, that would be wonderful. But he's not the guy I'm really wanting to try and keep. We got Carmo and Jackson Howard behind him. And on the other side, we got Fennessy, Sunrum, and Mintz playing behind him. We got a lot of depth traits on this side of the ball, too. Eastern, Logan Redding, Omond, and Sunrum is a guy who's 300 pounds and is an edge playing D-tackle. And then I got Peyton Jones again. Lots and lots of impact and star dev players here. Got to love that. Lots of senior guys here on the D-line. I'm looking to transition some other guys like Sunrum in the offseason back over to D-tackle once these guys graduate. So we got Sam. I've got the senior sitting in favor of the Mason Carrier, the freshman. Better speed and impact development. So growth. Looking toward the future here. Maverick Baranowski is our starting Mike. And Joey Gerlach is going to be the backup behind him. Again, impact players are going to start as wherever I can. On this side, we got just too good of a player in Jeff Robertson to sit on the bench. We don't have much behind him, honestly. Our outside linebackers are pretty weak. That's one of our weak spots. Corner-wise, we got Zaquan Bryan, Evan Redding, Rylan Kelly, Jalen Bowden, and John Nestor playing 1 to 5 here. Shouldn't be a lot of surprise here, but we're not hurting in any way, shape, or form. These guys, it's a deep room back there. This is the kid we have to keep. Coy Parrish has to stay. We have to move heaven and earth to keep him around. We have to get defensive yards per game and interceptions. We have to. So Buffalo week 1, we have to make their lives miserable with picks and making sure they do not move the ball in the air at all. Oosby is unfortunately he's sitting right now because anywhere else he'd probably be starting. He's a really good safety, but he's just not as good as Coy Parrish. And then on the back end, you've got Kerry Brown. This secondary is loaded for bear. And then you got Darius Green, who's faster, but he is a senior, so I got him playing backup behind Kerry Brown. Our kicker is going to be Brady Denneberg, and our punter is going to be Caleb McGrath. I will tell you right now, by the end of the offseason, whenever we get to offseason, we're going to make room for some players on this team by cutting kickers and punters because I only need one. I'm never going to see an injury to kicker or punter, I don't think. Kick returner is going to be Loya and Hayes. Punt returner is going to be Loya and Hayes again. Kickoff specialist is going to be Denneberg. And third down back is going to be A.J. Turner. I flipped out Darius Taylor to put A.J. Turner in there again, trying to make sure our running backs get some nice touches. And then I got Johan Cardenas, our fullback. I've got him playing, or actually our halfback. I got him playing as the power back because he's a true freshman, trying to get him some touches. Loya is going to be our slot receiver. I felt like that was the best choice of the bunch. It is a senior. I would love to have gotten Hayes in there or somebody else with some dev traits, but unfortunately they just didn't have a high enough overall. I still want to have some talent out there. Logan Loya looks like he'll be a solid one. And then pass rush-wise and sub-packages, you got Fennessy on one side. You've got Coleman on the other side, and you're probably thinking, well, where's Anthony Smith? Here's Anthony Smith. He's in the middle. He's rushing from the edge spot at 285 pounds. That's going to be a monster front three to stop. And then our sub linebackers, we got Baranowski, we got Carrier, the redshirt freshman, and we've got Garrison Monroe, who's a 6 foot, 200-pound guy. I feel like he's big enough to play in there, and he's got speed and capability there to basically pick off some passes. He won't be as good in run defense, obviously. And slot corner, I'm moving Coy Parrish up because I've got 3 good safeties. I feel like get your best players out there. So what I'm going to do is Coy Parrish is going to sneak into the slot when we play 3 wide, or when they play 3 wide and we play nickel. And that'll allow our 2 excellent backup safeties I can't remember their names, so I'm going to go back real quick. That'll allow Gooseby to be out there. So we'll have Gooseby, Parrish, and Brown out there. So it'll essentially be a 3 safety set. So it'll be like a big nickel anytime we play nickel. So that's the plan here to start out, and we'll see what happens with the team. But next time we see you, it will be under the lights as we play Minnesota versus Buffalo. We get our first home game. We get our first taste of Minnesota Golden Gophers action. Get to see what that home atmosphere looks like. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable. We'll catch you in the next run, guys.